my channel. So today I'm going to go over my Panda palette update. I'm going to go through all of the uses I have used on each of the shades of my Panda palette and if I've hit any pans, which if you saw my beauty bank video that I posted last week, I did mention that I hit a new pan, which I'm excited to share with you today. So I've been working on the Stone Vibes from Urban Decay since the start of the year. Obviously, this is an older palette. It is one of their sort of uniquer palettes. It was a limited edition, and I'm so glad that I got it. I got it as a gift, and I at first liked it, and then I didn't like it, and then I liked it again. So, and I've loved it ever since. It's just one of those ones that kind of gives me warm feelings whenever I use it, even if I only go into one or two shades. So it has been a pleasure to use. I don't know if I have the best progress. I've been working on it for what, half a year now almost. So I don't know, you'll have to let me know. I don't know, well, it doesn't matter. I'm being relaxed with all of my projects. Yes, I would like to hit pan, but I'm not forcing myself to use items when I don't need to use the items. So there's always that where, you know, yes, I have it in a project, I want to use it, but if I want to use a different eyeshadow palette, which today I used a completely different eyeshadow palette, then I did. So there it is. Okay, so I will put up on the screen what did I last month. Last month I had 7 pans in the palette. I don't think I had any goals for this month, maybe just obviously just to get more use. And obviously I want to hit more pans, but I don't think I had a specific goal in mind that I mentioned. And today the palette is looking like this. So I don't know if you can find the new pan, but there is a new pan in there. There's also a pan that's definitely continued to grow. So I'm very pleased with how it looks, but again, this is like half a year, so I don't know if this is good progress that you would expect for half the year. So anyway, let's go into the uses. So starting over here with Good Karma, I have used that 11 times this month, and this one I definitely want to obviously finish. It's getting down there. It's harder to get all of the shade. I don't really feel like repressing it. I just can't be bothered to repress things. So I'll keep it like that, but definitely one that is disappearing before my very own eyes. Next up, we've got Jade. I used that once. I used it once on the eyes, but I also tried to go in and use it on my nails this month, but it didn't really work very well as a nail polish. So I didn't mark it as a use for that, but I did use it once on my eyes. So it's really barely expanded. It doesn't really look too different. Then we've got Opal Aura. I did not use that at all this month. Tiger's Eye, I used that twice this month. I feel like that one is the next one where the pan is expanding quite a bit more. And potentially, I don't know, I could get more use out of it. I really do enjoy it, and it could get to a point where it kind of looks like that. Next up, we've got Vise. I only used this once. This is another one where these two pans definitely feel like they're expanding, and yeah, I'm excited. They're very pretty though, so I'll be sad when all this is gone, but it's good to use your makeup, so. Okay, then we have this one. This is my new shiny pan. It's a small pan, but I have got into this shade so many times since the last update. I went into it 10 times since the last update for a total use of 27 uses, I think, in this project before I hit pan. I think it's 27 uses. And I'm very, very excited because when I rolled this in, I think the first update that I had with this palette, I was like, I don't think I'm going to hit pan in any of these mattes. It's just going to be the shimmers. But I was just going hard on this one, and I did start seeing a dip form. I did start seeing it get a little bit more powdery. At first, it was like really like the first layer was like the true Urban Decay sort of mattes that for me have always been harder and trickier to pan. But then it just became a lot fluffier this last month, and I was using a big fluffy brush, like a brush like this, so quite a big one, and it just was moving the product around quite a lot, and I would do it like literally all over the lid in my crease area. So that's kind of how I've been using it, and I've been using this with a lot of other different palettes in my collection, not necessarily with this palette alone. So it's definitely been one that's been more of a focus shade for me this month, and I'm very pleased because I was able to hit pan in it. Next up, we've got Hexed. I used this twice. This one, I don't think I'm going to get anything. There is a little bit of a disturbance. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I can never see it when I edit my videos. But there's a little bit of a dip forming. So I don't know, maybe it'll get to the point where it becomes like Antidote and it'll get a bit, you know, more like, I say fluffy, but there's more kick up, and it gets looser, I would say. So anyway, I only used that twice this month. Bloodstone, I did not use Bloodstone this month. Then we've got Ojo. I used that twice. I actually tried to use it as well as a nail polish, but again, it didn't really work. I think these shades are too sheer. Like when I put them on my nails, they just end up being too sheer, and I literally would have to layer like 10 times before they're just not opaque enough to have as nail polish. So anyway, I used it twice. I don't know if I'll really have a pan in this. It's still not a favorite shade of mine. I really have tried to play with it, but I haven't done too many blue looks, and it is what it is. Then we've got Raw Energy. I did not use that at all this month. Meditate, I used that once, so that pan is still pretty small. And then Third Eye, I've used that 5 times. This is the next one that I think I'm going to try to hit pan on, because I do think that I have quite a nice dip forming. Again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera, but there's definitely a little crater there. And I was hoping to have 2 pans actually for you today, but there's definitely, if I compare this one to this one, there's definitely a little bit more product left, and I'm not deep enough to hit the pan. But I do think in the next month I probably could if I focus on that shade a little bit more. But yeah, that is my Pan That palette update. I feel like I've done decently well. I don't use this every single time I do my makeup, so you know, for me it's still really, really relaxing and just a pleasure to use. So I'm really, really enjoying myself this year. I think more so than last year. Last year I had the e.l.f. Paradise Retro Paradise palette, and that one I feel like maybe I felt the same way. I don't know. I'm just enjoying myself a little bit more. I'm enjoying the colors a little bit more, and yeah, I just feel more relaxed with it. So I don't know what I'm going to want to do next month other than hit pan on Third Eye. I think that's what I want to do, and then also probably expand this one a little bit more and maybe try it to finish it. Maybe expand Antidote, because it's very thin actually around the pan area, so I could definitely have a bigger pan by next update if I use that a few more times. And probably maybe try to expand these 2. I think those would be the main goals. I'm not necessarily in a rush to get these other pans bigger. So yeah, again, I just want to go into it organically and naturally and just pick the shades that I want to use, at the same time as still try to get some progress on the shades that I know are going to take a long time, like these mattes here, which I think has been kind of natural. I mean, Antidote, I didn't really force myself. I went into it a lot, but it's not a horrible shade. It actually is quite a nice shade, and it works really well with some other palettes that I've been working on. And I've been doing a lot of these beigey, peachy color shades. So I don't know, it's just been working for me. It's been working, so whatever. So anyway, quick and easy update, but that is everything that I've done for my Pan That palette this month. So yeah, super excited with the progress, and I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for listening and sticking around, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.